lovelies! So this is a video I've been wanting to do for a really long time, but I've been putting it off just because it sort of feels like it's a big responsibility, you know. It's not like a silly fun video, you know. Advice videos are just like a lot harder to do, and you know, there's always the risk that someone's gonna like not be happy with your advice and stuff, and I've just been trying to think of a way to do it really, but I decided to just stop putting it off and go for it. I want to talk about dealing with bullies today, and this applies to, you know, alternative people and non-alternative people obviously, because everyone in life, you know, can potentially be bullied, but I know obviously a lot of my viewers would tend to be alternative, and I know a lot of us do get bullied for dressing a certain way, so I thought this would be sort of a helpful thing to put up on my channel. So obviously this is a video on the internet, not too long hopefully, so I don't have all the answers for everyone's individual problems, but I just wanted to give some general advice for anyone who's having issues with bullies and doesn't really know how to handle it. So I'll try to cover as many points as possible, but as I say, you know, I can't cover everything, but I'll try my best to give you some pointers. So unless I specifically say so, you know, these points will be dealing with verbal abuse, and like I said, if it's physical abuse I will say so, because obviously they're different scenarios. My number one point of what to do in general, and I know it's easier said than done, but try so hard to ignore them, you know. Don't let them see you upset, but also don't yell back at them. Don't try to, you know, talk back, don't yell back, don't try to insult them or, you know, go after them, because at the end of the day you tend to just end up, you know, not really getting anywhere. And what bullies want from you is a reaction. They want a reaction out of you. They want to make you upset, they want to make you angry, and they want you to give them attention. So the best way to stop someone from bullying you is to make sure they're not getting what they want out of it. So just try your hardest to ignore them. If they're yelling stuff at you in the hallway as you walk by or wherever, because I know a lot of bullying tends to happen in schools, just completely blank them. Don't even look at them. Like if they're over there yelling something, don't turn around and look at them. Just walk on by, strut on by with your nose in the air like you own the place, and pretend you didn't even hear them. And the more that you start to ignore them, hopefully they should start to get bored and back off. And that's the way most bullies would tend to be. That leads on to my next point, and again, it's easier said than done, but even if they are really getting to you, try not to let them know that, you know. Like, I understand, you know, I've been bullied for so many years. Well, I say bullied, but because I've never really let anyone get to me, you know, I don't consider it the same. And I think that's just because of the way I was raised, and this first school I went to didn't really allow for it. But I know a lot of people can be really badly hurt by bullying, and it can really get to them. And that's okay, you know, you're only human, and, you know, like, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. No, absolutely not. You know, words can really hurt. And just, I think it's important, no matter how much they do hurt you, don't let them see it, you know. Just try your best to, you know, keep a strong face, pretend nothing's wrong. If you need to, like, you know, once you get home or get somewhere private, if you need to go and bawl your eyes out for a while and have a really good cry, or get angry and punch a pillow or whatever, that's fine, you do that, but just try not to let them see it affecting you, because then they know they're getting to you and they won't stop. Try to be confident, and I know, like, again, as everything in this video, you know, it's not that easy, but that sort of cliche term, you know, fake it until you make it, that, you know, it's true. Even if on the inside you're terrified and like freaking out and you're not confident at all, just pretend to be confident. If you're in a situation where you can have music, just get a big ass pair of headphones and put on like any song that makes you feel like a badass, and you just strut around like you own the fucking place, you know, just act like the most confident person in the world, just, you know, head up, shoulders back, you know, don't sulk around or look afraid. Just, you know, fake confidence, and eventually confidence will come to you. And again, it's so much harder to bully someone who is comfortable with themselves and confident and happy than someone who's like, you know, scared and timid and obviously afraid of the bullies, you know. Just fake this like huge big ego and like all this confidence, just walk around like nothing could ever bother you, and again, it'll be so much harder for people to pick on you. Do not be afraid to be a tattletale or a snitch, especially if someone is physically bullying you. If someone's hit you or is hurting you in any way, or if anyone's like making threats or telling you to hurt yourself or anything like that, do not be afraid to like be a snitch. That's just a fucking word the bullies have invented to control you even further, because then you can't tell on them and get them in trouble because, oh no, you'll be a snitch. And like, so fucking what? Seriously. Whenever I was in school, I remember there was this one girl who's in prison now, shocking, who would like really try to pick on me for a while. There was one day that she'd tried to put chewing gum in my hair. It didn't stick, so I took it out and threw it. And sailed right on by and went into her ponytail and got really, really stuck, and I was like, whoops. So I kind of left. I mean, that was her own fault. I wasn't even aiming for her. But the next day, because of that, she came up and like slapped me across the head. Now, truth be told, it didn't really hurt that much. But I went up to the teacher who loved me the most with tears in my eyes and told her that that bitch had just hit me. And I was like deeply emotionally scarred by this. Not quite that dramatic, but you know, I went and told the teacher and maybe played up a little bit that this girl had just hit me, you know, this girl just assaulted me. And all of a sudden, that girl was in detention for weeks, so on her lunch breaks, she wasn't around to hit me and bully me. So don't be afraid of being a snitch. Like, these people deserve to get in trouble. Who cares if some people are like, yeah, you're a snitch, yeah, you're a tattletale. So what? That person's not around to bully you anymore because now they're in detention. And as I mentioned before, I mean, if someone is actually hitting you, or as I said, making threats, or, you know, encouraging you to hurt yourself or anything along those lines, if it's really getting to you, do not be afraid to get the police involved. Like, never let it go so far that they win. Like, there are so many suicides and attempted suicides because of bullying, and it's just, it's not okay. Just, guys, never ever let it get that far. Just go tell someone, tell your teacher, tell your boss, you know, like I said, I'm kind of basing this mostly around school because it's much easier for people to bully you in school than it is in the real world. But regardless, tell someone, you know, teacher, boss, adult, police, get someone involved. Don't ever let anyone actually get in your head and make you think those thoughts. It is just so important not to let these kind of people win. Like, a lot of people sort of sympathise with bullies and be like, oh well, they're only like that because something's going wrong in their lives. It's not even always true. Some people are just awful. You know, that's the truth, unfortunately. Not everyone has some, you know, horrible past, and even if they do, that's not an excuse for that behaviour. Maybe it explains why they're behaving that way, but it doesn't excuse it. And I have no sympathy for bullies, absolutely none. And, you know, we can't let that continue. I mean, the more people who take action against it, the better. That's why I'm saying don't be afraid to tell someone, because people who behave in that way need to be stopped. They either need to, you know, end up in detention or go to a therapist or something, because obviously something is severely wrong with them if they want to hurt people, you know. In terms of online bullying, because that is such a huge thing these days, and I'd say next to schools that's probably where the majority takes place, don't be afraid to utilise the tools you've been given. Like, they're not foolproof, but block people, delete comments, you know, don't be afraid to do that. There's a thing that I found with like a lot of YouTubers, especially at a convention recently. I did a panel back in the summer, and you know, we were like with other YouTubers, and we were talking about hate comments and stuff, and a whole bunch of people who were doing the panel with me were like, oh, I don't delete nasty comments because that's censoring. And I'm like, that's bad advice to be giving kids. No, like, do not be afraid of censoring people. If someone is bullying you and being nasty, you feel free to delete their comment and block them. Like I do. If like someone leaves a really nasty comment on my channel, I don't just let it slide because I don't want to censor people. If someone's like, oh, you're a fat ugly bitch, yeah, I'm gonna delete it and block them. Like, so what? I don't give a flying fuck if I am censoring people. And that was some advice I actually gave to one of the parents there, because her kid was thinking of starting a YouTube channel. And after everyone else around me telling this, like, you know, basically telling this kid, you're not allowed to delete comments because that might be censoring people, I went up to her mum and I let her know, I was like, you know, as I said on that panel, do not be afraid to delete things, don't be afraid to filter things, and don't be afraid to block people. No one is allowed to bully you, no one's allowed to make you feel bad about yourself, and you should do anything you can to stop that. If you have to delete things, block things, you know, even if you have to like change your email address or whatever, just do whatever you can to keep yourself safe. Because, as I say, bullying has become such a problem, and so many people now end up taking their own lives over it, which is just, it's so senseless and upsetting, and I can't stand to think of that, like, people going through that. There have certainly been people in my life who have ended up doing that, or tried to do that, and I don't want that to happen to any of you guys. I'm sure everything I said in this video was pretty obvious and standard, but I don't know, like I said, I guess I just wanted to put it out there and just remind people, and especially things like not being afraid to tell on people or not being afraid to block people, because I mean, there's a lot of people I would follow even on Tumblr and stuff, and they'll be getting bullied like really badly through the anonymous feature, and it just keeps coming, and they're like really upset about it, but they never turn anonymous off, and they never, you know, block this person, and I'm like, just do it, you know. I turned anonymous off on Tumblr a while ago because I was sick of people, you know, they weren't even getting to me that badly, but I was just sick of people trying to be nasty to me and hiding behind this like nice little grey face. So just, you know, take care of yourselves, and like I said, I hope I've maybe helped some people. As I say, bullying is really complex. It's not something that any one person can have the answer to. Your situation and the way you're being bullied is individual to you. But you know, these are just some general tips that I'm giving to maybe try to help some people who are in those situations. So I'm really hoping that that's helped some of you. As I say, just no matter what's going on in your life, hold on and don't let, you know, nasty, evil, negative people win. Because I love you all and I don't ever want anything bad to happen to any of you ever. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. As I say, it was a bit more of a serious video, but you know, sometimes things like that need to be done. Remember to like, comment and subscribe because it helps me out a lot. And I'll see you in my next video. Thanks. Bye.